Are you ever certain of anything? I could hardly think of anything I was certain about, except for the love of my family and some of my very dear friends. But what made me start to ponder that question even more was when I recently read a quote by David Jones. He was the founder of Humana, the giant health insurance company, as well as many other companies. When questioned what he was most certain about when it came to starting a new business venture, his response was, "I'm never certain, but always confident in my ignorance." I'm Barry Kibrick, and confidence in my ignorance I have no issue with. But the lack of feeling certain was often disturbing, and I couldn't help but think a lack of certainty might be plaguing you as well. So I began to look deeper into the question of certainty. And was it really a good quality I was craving, or something not so desirable in the first place? And what about the role of confidence? Even if it is in ignorance, where does that fit in my life and in yours? So I want to share with you the difference I found between confidence and certainty, and why knowing one from the other may even save our lives. So here's how certainty and confidence are defined in the dictionary. Certainty is the state of being certain. How brilliant is that? While confidence is self-assurance. Simple enough to understand that concept. But is one better than the other? Well, you and I aren't the only ones who've been thinking about it. Former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright years ago was asked a question about the type of person she would prefer to make a great president. Her response was, she would rather have a president who was confident than a president who was certain. The reason, she said, was that a confident president could take principled positions and stand for things that mattered, but would still have the good sense to listen and take counsel from a range of brilliant advisors. In contrast, a president who was certain would have no need to seek any counsel. That, however, made me want to go further and see what other differences existed between confidence and certainty, and even go deeper into it on a personal level. I found that confidence inspires. It invites a person into conversation, where certainty shuts down conversations. Certainty doesn't leave much room for curiosity, while confidence opens us up to learning and growth because it allows for fallibility and flexibility, and that builds trust. In the field of physics, one of the most prominent physicists over the last 100 years was the late, great Richard Feynman. He believed that the quintessential scientist is someone to whom uncertainty is simply a normal state of being, and presumably the jumping off point for most of life's explorations. He added that scientific knowledge is uncertain, and uncertainty is a very important part of it. And of course, it makes sense, because if you think you've got something right, if you already made up your mind, you may not consider other options and will be unable to truly solve the problem. The bottom line is that if you have no doubt, you will not get any new ideas or make more progress. Then I found this cool article called "The Certainty Bias, a Potentially Dangerous Mental Flaw." It was written by the former chief of neurology at UC San Francisco, Dr. Robert Burton, who also wrote a book titled On Being Certain. And these few words rang so true to me that I want to share them with you, for they gave me the confidence I needed. He simply said, "Only in the absence of certainty can we have open-mindedness, mental flexibility, and willingness to contemplate alternative ideas." I'm Barry Kibrick. In our ever-changing world, the one thing we must be vigilant about is contemplating alternative ideas. And I am certain that I will and that you will, and that together, with that type of thinking, we just may make it through even the most difficult of times. Till next time. Thank you for watching. It's a joy and a privilege to bring this show to you. Hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss an episode. And please visit our Patreon page by clicking the link below. We so appreciate your support, and thank you so very much.